It's love again. I was coming to do my 1 week review. I guess it's that time. Um, I am a week and a day outside of getting my Paragard inserted. Um, as of today, I feel completely normal, back to myself. Uh, the day of, I did a review and I told you about how, there was pain and how I felt and how I took some medication and, the whole insertion process. If you want to hear about that, go to my video before this one. This is just the last week or so of what I dealt with, so you guys can kind of know what to expect. I have been pretty okay. The first day I took the medicine, the Vicodin, like I told you before, I went into my exam and had my procedure. Then I came home, I did my review, I kind of laid around, and I felt pretty good. I took another half of Vicodin afterwards to just, make sure, because I know there was cramping, there was bleeding. But I mean, by the end of that night, 9 o'clock rolled around. I had been inserted at 5, or not even 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I was inserted at 4, came home by 5, sat around for 2 hours, and then I went out to my salsa lesson. I'm in ballroom and I do salsa, and I was feeling up to taking my lesson. So I went out and I did it, and I mean, other than some mild discomfort, I came home, I was fine, I went to bed. Yes, I was bleeding. I was bleeding like a heavy day of my period. Then the next day, I woke up, I had class at 9 o'clock. I went to class, I would say halfway through class, or halfway through my second class, I had some sharp cramping. It kind of almost felt like, for those of you that have had children, the beginning of labor, like the contractions at the very beginning, not the ones that get really, really uncomfortable, or not the ones that have you screaming in pain, just the ones at the beginning where you're going, whoa, oh, something's happening, and it kind of hurts, and I think something's going on. So that's how I felt. It was a little painful. I came home from class, I took some Excedrin, or sorry, not Excedrin, I took ibuprofen. It helped it go away. I continued to bleed. I actually bled until Friday, so late Friday, early Saturday. So it took 4.5 days to stop bleeding. Every day it got lighter and lighter, though. The second day, I think, was what I would say is the heaviest. Then it became like, went from a bright red to kind of like a mauve-ish color, because it was like a little old blood but mixed with fresh blood. Then it got lighter and lighter and lighter until finally on Saturday I wasn't bleeding at all. I wasn't spotting, because Friday I spotted. I just had a slightly discolored cervical discharge, or cervical mucus, which they said to expect too. As of today, I'm completely back to normal. Everything's fine down there. Everything's the right color, everything's the right consistency, no bleeding. I did feel for my strings. I gave it a day or two, just because, even though they say wash your hands and do it, I just want to make sure it was kind of better up in there, because I didn't want to risk getting an infection. And I could feel for my strings. They came out of my cervix, but instead of coming down, they actually went up around my cervix, but not on the inside of it, on the outside of it, in my vagina. So they're completely out of the way. I couldn't feel the ends of them, so they weren't like poking down. They were kind of, I wouldn't say they were very hard. I would say they were pretty, soft and pliable. I did have intercourse since last Monday. I waited until the 5 days were over because I didn't want to have to worry about infection. My partner said he could not feel the strings at all, that it was just felt completely normal. He went in, sorry if it's too much information, you guys, a little deep. I could feel him against my cervix, but when he hit it, it didn't hurt any worse than it would, on normal day of going in there. So the fact that there is a device inside my uterus did not change anything to do with intercourse. If anything else, it was very relieving because I knew that I was protected and that I didn't have to worry about, oh crap, when was the last time I took my pill? Is it been 24 hours? Is it going to be okay? Do I need to take another pill? So that was great. I don't know. I felt normal. The second day, even though I had that cramping, I went out. I went out with my friends. I drank. Um, I did drink a lot of water before I went to bed, though, for the simple fact that I have heard that dehydration plus uterine or intrauterine devices is kind of painful, because it just cramps around it. So I did drink a lot, and I felt fine. The next day, I mean, I had a little bit of a hangover, but that happens, right? Um, it did feel really good. The last few days I felt fine. I will occasionally have slight cramping, a little like twinge here and there. I've noticed that it happens about an hour to 2 hours after I wake up. It doesn't last very long. I don't even need to take medicine for it. I feel fine. So I don't know. I guess I will get back to you at the end of my 2 months, because that's when I go in for the doctor's appointment to make sure that everything's fine, that my body's accepted it, it's not trying to expel or anything. And I guess if you have any questions, just let me know. I understand, a lot of people aren't sure what to expect because they've never had it before. I know I trolled the internet like crazy trying to find answers and find people's experiences. So this was a good one. I would definitely say this is a good one, other than the pain of the insertion, which was completely worth it. I know for a fact, as long as, nothing happens in the next 2 months, that when my daughters become of age, that I will definitely be getting them one, because I don't want them to have to go through what I went through and have a child at 18. So, yeah, I don't know. 2 thumbs up still. Good job. So, again, if you have any questions, by all means, ask them to me or message them to me, and I'll get back to you. All right, well, y'all have a great day. Thanks.